Hey guys, long time no see. Ever wonder how to stay fit while you're traveling around the world? Well, you're here for a treat. In this video, I'm taking you behind the scene on my vacation in Italy and what kind of exercise workout routine I did over there to keep myself active and in shape. But without further ado, let's go to the video. Enjoy it. Test 1, test 2, test 3. Hello everyone. I'm currently not in America. I'm actually traveling to visit my family for the holidays in Italy. And like all of us that we travel, or when we can travel, we still want to keep up a little bit with our training. And also, there is rest and holidays and a lot of food. So you want to kind of control that a little bit. But for all of us that we travel, we kind of wanted to keep up our training as much as we can. And a good way to do it, it's if you can have access to a gym, obviously. But a lot of places don't have access to a gym, or you can have access to a gym because maybe they're closed for the holidays, or they don't even have gyms where you go. So maybe that's kind of impossible. So I will show you how to keep up with your training with some equipment that you can bring around with you no matter where you go. And one of them will be the resistance cables. I'm sure lots of you saw it and maybe thought that is not such a great tool to use, but I actually even use it in the gym sometimes. So it's not just all about weights or how heavy you can go, it's about the quality of the reps and how you perform them. So I'll show you, I will demonstrate some exercise with this. And one of the things that you can do, I will step on the cable on both sides and I will kind of have like a wide stand, and I can do some curls using the tempo that goes low like this, to keep up the high intensity training, not changing that approach, and go lower on the sets and the repetitions, low and control. The tempo is always what I keep telling you guys in my channel, that we keep up like a 3 to 4 or 5 seconds tempo, depends on what you're comfortable with, but definitely controlling the weight, or in this case the resistance, to give the muscle the right stimulus like this. And you keep doing as many reps as you can possibly can. And if the cable is too easy to pull, because maybe the resistance is not like it could be 10 pounds, 20 pounds, depends on what you buy. But I think this one is like 20 pounds resistant, so it's not really that challenging for a lot of people. But what you could do, either you step wider like this on the cable, or so it makes the cable shorter so the resistance increases, or you can loop it like this, step on each hand and make it harder to pull. It doesn't matter how you do it, honestly. It's mostly about the intensity anyway. So this is one exercise, bicep curl like this. You control it, you go for it, you kill it like that. Another one will be, you can do lateral raises. This is one of my favorite cables actually. So like that, because it's actually very, very challenging. You control, up and down, don't let like lose power. Control. That should be challenging, you just step 20 pounds resistance. Just remember not to kind of lose this tempo, because otherwise it will be too easy to do this, and you use momentum to lift, in this case pull, and it will not give you as much stress on the muscle. So you always want to keep that tension. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on both the negative and the positive. So always keep that tension no matter what you do. Now, another thing that I like to use and bring with me everywhere I go when I travel, especially if it's a long period of time, I like to use these big boys, and those are for push-ups mostly. You can use it also for like calisthenic purposes if you're capable of, but in this demonstration I will show you just with the handles what you can do. So for this exercise, it's very simple. I mean, it's straightforward, nothing crazy, but you want to have that kind of like, those handles creates kind of like a distance between you and the floor. So like this, you can always have more depth for your chest to go to travel, kind of like when you bench or when you do dumbbells. And I'll show you how to do it. So you place them, you can do wide, you can do narrow, it doesn't matter, whatever is more comfortable. And you called, this one is kind of called like the slow push-ups workout. So you go slow and control, like this. You go all the way down, and then you go up. Keep the tempo, keep it steady. And breathe. Remember, high intensity training is all about controlling the movement so you can engage all the fiber of your muscle without working them or without cheating with momentum of like a bad form just to lift heavy weight. In this case with push-ups, it's very difficult because you have to use your own weight to push. And remember, this is all about going to failure. So as many as you can do. And it doesn't matter how many you do, as long you kind of struggle in order to do them until you cannot literally lift yourself any longer. That would be perfect. All right, so next, I'll show you a variation of the handles push-ups. It's the same thing, you just kind of create a different angle to tackle your muscles. So like this, you can create a little bit of different type of traction, a little different type of resistance. So like this, you could stimulate the muscle differently and not in the conventional way. So it's all about, you know, trying to stimulate the muscle as much as you can to involve all the fibers. So I'll show you. This one is basically the same movement in terms of a technical functionality and how it moves, but what we add, you have to grab like a bench or a chair or something like that to create a little bit of a height where you can place your feet and you can do the push-ups. So I'll show you. So I'll place both of my feet on the bench, separate the handles, go like this, and go down. Same tempo, still high resistance training, never change that, kind of keep that up. So this creates a different stimulus, almost like you're doing a decline bench. And then it will create a really good pump and a really good engagement of your chest muscle fibers. Remember not to kind of go fast, try to always keep the control and do as many as you can do. Going to failure. Once you've done this, it will be great exercise. And most likely your chest will kind of be cooked already. You'll be surprised how much this actually does to you. And once you're done with this, you can move on to another muscle group. Oh, that was a bitch. Oh, and by the way, here in Italy, it's actually freaking cold. I'm freezing my ass off, but there is not really much heat in here. So, and outside is like -5 to 4 or 7 degrees Celsius. So it's very cold. But, you know, as you train, you warm up and you don't really feel that much, but be careful out there. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the back. What I like to do usually, either pull-ups, if you have a pull bar, I might do it later, you'll see it. And because here the ceiling is way too short, so it doesn't really like play nice with me, I'm too tall for it. You can still, again, use the resistant cables. What you can do, you have to find a heavy object or something that you can anchor the cables, like so. Either here, possibly, because this bench is quite heavy, I can go down and have it myself in a position like this. Once you're in a position like this, you can use the momentum to kind of like create tension. So you just pull like this, almost like kind of simulating a barbell row or a cable row. Another thing you could do, if it's too easy or you don't have an object that you can go and anchor it, you can go a little bit lateral and use something like the bench in this case to kind of push either one or two of your feet to kind of create the same tension like this. So you have a little bit of more force of resistance. Or you can just have your feet like this. Your weight should be enough to not let you get pulled by the cables. And you keep creating the same momentum like this. You don't go fast, you don't go with momentum, you just go slow and control. Like this, you're gonna create the right amount of force to stimulate all your back muscles. Remember also to squeeze at the very top of the movement, even pause a little bit if you can. And then you go down. Just breathe. It's actually feels very good for all the muscles. Like that. And again, high intensity training means to go to failure. So I will always try to keep that kind of in mind, that anything you do really, and you just keep repeating until you go to complete failure. All right guys, now I am outside, as you can see, in the garden of the B&B that I'm staying here in Italy, and I needed a pull bar. The thing is they didn't have it downstairs, so I'm kind of improvising right now.
And I'm gonna use this tube right here, this vineyard tube that usually grapes grow from it, which is pretty cool. But I needed something to kind of anchor myself. It's a little bit short, but I will like fold my legs in order to kind of like perform the exercise. So you find like the width of your shoulder width, roughly, and you're gonna do it like this. Place myself correctly, and you're gonna still do the high intensity training, which is with the tempo, with the slow tempo. You go up, go down, up, and down, and you keep doing this until you can. Of course, trying to do full range of motion is not essential, but you need to kind of stretch that muscle fiber, and you just keep doing it. It's kind of tough, but it's perfect. A little bit kind of a fat grip here, but until you can no more. So remember to keep that tempo. That's what you want to do. Now you have it. Once you're done with this one, you pretty much have your back cooked, because we did the row cable downstairs and we did the back for the pull-ups. And honestly, more than 1 or 2 exercises, it should be enough to keep you, going and in shape. And after that, you can move on to other stuff. Plus, it's cold, so I will go now back inside.
All right, here it is, a sneak peek into my workout travel routine. And in between indulging mouth-watering food and chilling out, I always found the need to get moving and get some exercise done. But don't worry, with just a little creativity and some small gear, you can easily whip out a full body workout anywhere you are in the world, as you saw in the video. And for those that are wondering about leg day, when you're in Italy, skip it. Trust me when I say this, for the endless walking that you're gonna do from one place to the other, you don't need to do a specific leg day workout, because you're gonna cover both cardio and leg muscles. And as always, if you like what you see, don't forget to put a like and subscribe. And I will catch you guys later.